We also request to please restrict the movement once the program starts, and once again please put your phones on silent mode and or please switch it off. Thank you.
सीट ले लें मूवमेंट बंद कर
ये बस वीडियो स्टार्ट हो गया।
सेफ है।
So that when we do the national anthem, this does not fly up because it has happened. So.
Everyone, please rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंग विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंग तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
தாமென் புருவதுலகின் புறங்கண்டு காமுறுவர் கற்றறிந்தார். குறள் 399 திருவள்ளுவர். குறள் விளக்கம். தம் மனதை மகிழ்விக்கும் கல்வியினால் உலகம் மகிழ்வதைக் கண்டு கற்றறிந்தவர்கள் மேலும் கற்கவே விரும்புவார்கள்.
Their joy is joy of all the world they see. Thus more, the learners learn to love their cherished lore. Couplet 399, Thiru Valluvar. Meaning, the learner will long for more learning when they see that while it gives pleasure to themselves, the world also derives pleasure from it. Tamso ma jyotir gamaya, lead me from darkness to light. Welcome to world's first integrated national security education research and training ecosystem, the राष्ट्रीय रक्षा यूनिवर्सिटी. विश्व के पहले एकीकृत राष्ट्रीय सुरक्षा शिक्षा अनुसंधान एवं प्रशिक्षण तंत्र राष्ट्रीय रक्षा विश्वविद्यालय में आपका स्वागत है.
सभी का अभिनंदन. அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம் and a very good morning to all the esteemed guests on the dais, off the dais and the entire RRU family present here today. I, Shivalakshmi Arumugham,
and I, Harshit Singh, welcome you all to witness the momentous occasion of the inauguration ceremony of the academic year 2025-2026.
We are deeply honored by the distinguished presence of Thiru Ravi, Hon'ble Governor, Tamil Nadu.
तमिलनाडु के माननीय राज्यपाल श्री R.N. रवि के विशिष्ट उपस्थिति से हम बहुत सम्मानित महसूस करते हैं.
And we are truly privileged by the esteemed presence of Professor Dr. Bimal N. Patel, Vice Chancellor of Rashtriya Raksha University.
On the extreme right, we have Pro Vice Chancellor, Rashtriya Raksha University, Professor Dr. Kalpesh H. Wandra. We also have the presence of Registrar in charge, Dr. Dharmesh Kumar Prajapati. On the extreme left, we have the Dean in charge, RRU, Dr. Jasbir Thadani.
RRU is emerging as a global leader in national security and disaster management. It is contributing to Bharat's vision of peaceful, prosperous and stable world order.
राष्ट्रीय रक्षा विश्वविद्यालय राष्ट्रीय सुरक्षा और रक्षा प्रबंधन के क्षेत्र में एक वैश्विक अग्रणी संस्थान के रूप में उभर रहा है. यह भारत के शांतिपूर्ण, समृद्ध और स्थिर विश्व व्यवस्था के दृष्टि में महत्वपूर्ण योगदान दे रहा है.
Now I request the IT team to play the RRU video.
राष्ट्रीय रक्षा यूनिवर्सिटी. राष्ट्रीय सुरक्षा सर्वोपरि. A safe, secure, and developed nation requires the inculcation of the highest ideals of citizenship, and citizen-centric services with intellectual acumen, more commitment and professional competence. To inculcate these eternal values and ethos into every citizen and to create well-trained personnel in the field of national security, the Honorable Prime Minister of India and the then Chief Minister of Gujarat, Shri Narendra Modi, envisioned a university for national security. Rashtriya Raksha University. Rashtriya Suraksha Sarvopari. Rashtriya Raksha University earlier functioned as Raksha Shakti University. The university was transformed as an institution of national importance under the Ministry of Home Affairs by the Parliament of India on the 1st of October 2020. RRU aims to provide an academic research training ecosystem for national security and policing in India and to friendly foreign countries, laying new benchmarks and standards with the help of qualified, committed and motivated academic and practitioner faculty from India and abroad. With the guidance and patronage of the Honorable Union Home Minister Shri Amit Shah, RRU is laying a strong foundation and preparing a pool of dedicated young women and men who are aspiring to serve the nation in strengthening its security and contribute to development through serving in armed forces, Central Armed Police Forces, Central Police Organizations and State Police Organizations, as well as private, corporate and industrial security organizations. Spread over 230 acres land in Lavad, Gandhinagar, generously donated by the Gujarat government, RRU has been receiving support from the successive leadership of Gujarat since 2010 and is being nurtured by the committed institutional leaders. RRU covers all aspects of national security and works for smart police. Certificate, diploma, undergraduate, postgraduate and doctorate degree programs are offered in these areas. Security and Scientific Technical Research Association, SASTRA, and the Atal Innovation Center are India's first national security innovation centers with an objective to facilitate a quadruple way engagement between academia, innovators, industry and the government for innovation, incubation and technology acceleration in the security space with application of science, engineering and technology. An aggregator of security-oriented startups, innovators, MSMEs and others, Sastra is an active contributor to the Atmanirbhar and Atma Surakshit Bharat. Global and national experts, practitioners and faculty identify and deliberate on national security challenges and issues, impart contemporary and futuristic training and education, work towards enhancing the police image for their competence, dedication and caring services, as well as empowering women in security.
It is simply no exaggeration if I say it's the vision of the then Chief Minister and today India's Prime Minister to identify this area, a niche area where internal security, security of the nation and also related services such as your economic security, caretakers, stakeholders do need a professional institution in which they can be trained, certified by domain experts.
The university aims to create and sustain global footprints for security education. Each school has a particular vision and mission and is equipped with the latest and futuristic technology laboratories and tools. The university functions through specialized schools. RRU, contributing to the Indian Technical and Economic Cooperation Program of the External Affairs Ministry, is reaching out to friendly and like-minded nations across the globe, emerging as a contributor to the global security knowledge resource base.
Ensuring effective national security today is a far more complex task. It requires more interdisciplinary training and education and varied experience. As India rises, these challenges will grow because the stakes for us and the stakes for the world will be much higher.
Continuous professional learning and enriching the knowledge base and skill set of emerging security needs. The online integrated platform RISE provides opportunities. Training and Executive Development Directorate contributes to Karma Yogi mission of the Capacity Building Commission through basic and advanced programs in all aspects of security. Raksha Shakti School, an innovative education platform started in Gujarat, aims to prepare young people from the age of 10 years onwards through education and skills to serve the safety and security of the people of the nation. Academic recognition of security and police personnel aims to ensure meaningful social reintegration of retiring personnel, besides offering them opportunities to serve the security ecosystem through startups and incubation. Policy-oriented research and publication of reports and papers, besides joint research projects with like-minded institutions across the globe, create a narrative for the rule-based international order. Extension and outreach activities, NCC and NSS programs make learners fully aware of societal realities. RRU campuses across the country and beyond national borders connect the regions and provide learning, training and research opportunities to security aspirants and in-service personnel round the year.
राष्ट्रीय रक्षा शक्ति यूनिवर्सिटी अपना व्याप बहुत तेजी से बढ़ाने जा रही है। अब तेजी से सभी क्षेत्रों में जाकर अपना एक एक कैंपस कम से कम खुले क्षेत्रवार इसकी चिंता करेगी।
As a center of excellence in national security and defense management and a global leader in internal security, correctional administration and police, RRU hosts learners, thinkers, strategists, practitioners and policymakers to think, deliberate, propose and implement high-standard security education, research and training. RRU is honored to serve the nation for the Sashakt Atmanirbhar Bharat mission with renewed confidence and courage.
आज हमारा राष्ट्रीय रक्षा विश्वविद्यालय देश के विश्वविद्यालयों में एक अपनी साख, एक अपनी विश्वसनीयता बनाता जा रहा है।
Rigorous examination, round-the-year incubation, internship and placement, student welfare programs, financial administration, health and safety care, efficient and timely provisioning of procurement and support services, internal oversight, quality control and assurance, hostel administration boost the realization of the core mandate of the university. RRU offers digital as well as physical libraries, normal and adventure sports facilities, and good quality hostels. Upcoming amenities and facilities will continue to provide the most conducive environment for overall personal and professional development. Sports, cultural and social programs and festivals enrich and rejuvenate the vibrancy throughout the year.
ये यूनिवर्सिटी देश का गहना है जो राष्ट्र की रक्षा के लिए यहाँ जो चिंतन, मनन, शिक्षा, ट्रेनिंग होगी वो राष्ट्र रक्षा के लिए आने वाले कालखंड में देश के अंदर एक नया विश्वास पैदा करेंगे।
Rashtriya Raksha University, the emerging global address for security education.
May I please request our Vice Chancellor to kindly felicitate Thiru Ravi, Honorable Governor, Tamil Nadu.
I request the Vice Chancellor, sir, to deliver the welcome address to the gathering.
Jai Hind. Thiru Ravi, Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, on behalf of the Rashtriya Raksha University and all affiliated and accredited institutions of armed forces, central armed police forces, central police organizations, and state police organizations, I extend a very warm welcome to the inauguration of 2025-26 academic year, which coincides as our Honorable Prime Minister's vision, the Amrit Kal of India. Sir, your presence, your expertise, your experience are so much inspirational to the entire nation. And what better than the young minds of this university, some sitting here, some sitting across the country, can benefit from your wisdom. Present to you some achievements of the university as you have entered the 5th year of our establishment. Our police schools is ensuring that this university contributes to the vision of the Honorable Prime Minister in preparing police forces who are strategic, meticulous, adaptable, reliable, and transparent. I am pleased to inform that with 18 state police organizations, with 7 central armed police forces, 6 central police organizations, and all 3 wings of armed forces, RRU has MOU, and we are reaching out to them for their education, research, training, and extension activities. The School of Defense and Strategic Studies has been recognized by the Honorable Prime Minister as a Center of Excellence in National Security and Defense Management. And I'm pleased to inform that University Grant Commission has recognized the university as a nodal center for defense studies for the entire nation. Our school are integrated in coastal maritime security, besides contributing to the mission of National Academy of Coastal Policing, is also preparing the students and officers from across India as well as globe, what our Honorable Prime Minister mentions, the Mahasagar vision, that is mutual and holistic advancement for security and growth across all the regions. We are indeed very grateful that in these missions, Honorable Union Home Minister Amit Shah and the entire team of MHA continuously provide necessary assistance, guidance, and resources. Our IT school is known to organize Bharat cyber security exercises every year in order to prevent, reduce, and control the cyber attacks or cyber threats to this nation, in collaboration with the National Security Council Secretariat of the Prime Minister's Office on an yearly basis. Besides, the university is preparing and contributing to the creation of exclusive cyber commando force, which will be about 5,000 by 27-28. Our School of Cooperation and Languages ensures that Indian citizens, particularly our security and police forces, are well versed with the foreign languages because we firmly believe that we should know the language of friends and foes alike. Besides that, they are also promoting the software studies and immediate neighborhood because the challenges to our internal security are interlinked with the immediate neighborhood's security and stability. Our Behavioral Science and Forensic Investigation School plays an enormous important role in changing the landscape as far as education is concerned with regard to the prison management and also de-radicalization and counseling those youth who have lost their way in socially deviable activities. Our law school ensures that the 3 new criminal laws which are enacted, their education and their awareness is spread across the country from constable to highest offices of the police in the country. Also in collaboration with the Ministry of Foreign Corporate Affairs, the RRU prepares dedicated cadre of professionals who ensures that financial and economic crimes of the country are prevented, reduced and controlled. Our School of Private Industry and Corporate Security fills the gap so that while police services perform their core policing, the private industry and corporate organization, which is the highest growing employment sector after real estate sector, becomes a meaningful supplement and complementary agencies to support our police organizations. They are also preparing those who want to join the Agniveers as well as those who are retiring from our armed forces. Our Physical Education and Sports School, and I'm very happy to inform Honorable Governor that while we are sitting thousands of kilometers away from Northeast, the 3 distinguished ladies students or faculty have brought laurels for the university. If I may name Madam Lakshmi, who is a faculty, as Honorable Prime Minister, day before yesterday in Man Ki Baat mentioned that India is going to host World Police and Fire Games, and I'm very pleased to inform that my faculty won bronze medal and she hails from Manipur, sir. Similarly, while my faculty goes and fetches medal from USA, my another student rises to the Mount Everest, Kabakiano, and make sure that women power is there. Similarly, Rosmina Devi, the first Arjun awardee student in the country. So I'm very pleased to inform, sir, that our Physical Education and Sports School ensures that our national security and police organizations excel in all fields of physical education and, as we all call, remain fit India. They are also the one who will be partnering with the government of Gujarat and of course government of India in hosting 8 games, first time in the history of the country in 2029. The school is also very proud to host South Asia's and India's first Olympic Research and Education Center, making sure that India prepares its youth and India prepares itself for successfully hosting mega sports events, because the Prime Minister, we all are committed that Fit India, Sporting India is something which we all aspire for. I'm also very pleased to inform Honorable Governor Sir that thanks to the Niti Aayog, RRU hosts India's first National Integrated Security Incubation Center. From drones to languages, incubators and startups from across the country are finding their place over here and helping our police forces and police organizations. Sir, I'm also very pleased to inform that not only we run programs from diploma, certificate to postgraduates, degree programs, but also in order to ensure that the country gets patriotic, disciplined, ethics and value-based police forces and officials, we are preparing the students from the age of 10 years along the lines of Sainik School. And as you have seen, sir, we are very grateful to Honorable Government of Gujarat under the guidance of Honorable Union Home Minister to start this project, as RRU also incubates Raksha Shakti School. As Honorable Union Home Minister mentioned, we are also expanding our presence in a meaningful, gradual manner. Our campuses in Arunachal Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Puducherry, Karnataka, now in Jammu and Kashmir and Madhya Pradesh. Besides, we'll be soon having our activities jointly run with institutions in Middle East as well as in Southeast Asia. In other words, Honorable Governor Sir, RRU, while sitting in this small village called Lawad, is able to bring officials, law enforcement officials, armed forces from across the globe, 85 countries, more than 1,600 officers in this very place where yourself is also going to address us. In this way, we are trying to fulfill the vision of the Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Union Home Minister, and the entire Bharat, what we call Suraksha Gyan Setu. Indeed, it is my great privilege, great honor to welcome you, sir. And through you, once again, we all extend our deep gratitude to Honorable Prime Minister, Union Home Minister, External Affairs Minister, Raksha Mantri, and Finance Minister, our agencies, our forces, for their faith. And we'll make sure that during this Amrit Kal, through this academic, research, education, extension activities, we'll make meaningful contribution to the Atmanirbhar, Atma Surakshit Bharat. Thank you, Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Your words were truly inspiring and informative, and it also clearly showed the vision of RRU.
I would like to humbly request the chief guest of the occasion, Thiru R. N. Ravi, Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, to deliver the inaugural address.
Respected Vice Chancellor of this prestigious university, Professor Dr. Vimal N. Patel, Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Kalpesh H. Wandra, Registrar in Charge, Dr. Dharmesh Kumar D. Prajapati, Dean in Charge, Dr. Jasbir Kaur Thardani, all the distinguished faculties of Rashtriya Raksha University, supporting staff, and my dear students. At the very outset, I would like to thank the Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Bimal Patel ji, for this opportunity to me. In fact, opportunities came in the past as well. Somehow I couldn't make it. But perhaps it was destined to be today, during the inaugural session for 25-26. And I wish all the students, all the participants of this new session, all the very best. By the time you complete your studies and you pass out of this prestigious institution, you will be a class apart from others. At the very outset, I'd like to express my deep sense of gratitude, मेरा हार्दिक अभिनंदन इस संस्था के संस्थापक, इसके चिंतन करने वाला, इसका बीजारोपण करने वाला तत्कालीन मुख्यमंत्री और आज के हमारे भारत के यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी को। कल्पना कीजिए 2009 में उन्होंने इस इंस्टीट्यूट की नींव डाली थी। He thought of in 2009 the need for an university, a center of excellence which will do what we heard in the clipping. उन्होंने कहा जो राष्ट्रीय सुरक्षा के बारे में चिंता, चिंतन और मनन करेंगे। Those who will think about it, deliberate about it, and research about, and come up with workable solutions to the problem of national security. 2009 was not an ordinary year. Remember, the country was passing through tormenting decades. The fire of Khalistanis in Punjab has not yet subsided. Northeast was in flames all over. Jammu and Kashmir was bleeding. Maoists had practically taken control, as if it appeared in the official statements, on nearly 25 to 30% of the territory of this country. They were effective presence. Every other day we used to have terror attacks. We can't forget the serial blast that happened in Mumbai in the 90s. Attack on Indian Parliament in 2001. Attack on Akshardham, Gandhinagar in 2002. And how can nation ever forget 26th of November 2008, when a handful of terrorists came from Pakistan and they played havoc in Mumbai. For nearly 60 hours, the whole country watched with anger, with frustration, with a sense of deep humiliation. How could this handful of chaps come over, breach our all security arrangements, security system, and perpetrate this every other day? Remember, at every shopping mall and every public place, people used to be concerned whether they visit, and the visitors used to be warned. There could be bomb, there could be explosives. Obviously, all was not good with our security system. And then Chief Minister and present Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi ji, realized this, that everything was not okay in our security ecosystem. Our existing security system was not able to give the confidence to our citizens that they could live a life of secure life, live life with dignity. The fear was prevailing all around. And there was a general sense of despondency, despair, and demoralization. Our agencies were fighting. The police and paramilitary forces were doing what they were expected to do. But the result was not what was expected, because the proof of pudding lies in eating. Nation was not secure. Obviously, things were not okay. And then he conceived and created this institution, which has grown over the years. And in the last 5 years, since 2020, as the presentation has come out, and even otherwise, nation is aware of how this university has been growing, expanding under the dynamic leadership of Vice Chancellor Dr. Vimal Patel. The way you have expanded in the domains, the way you have integrated with the security agencies, organizations, the way you have cooperated with the world around, the way you have started and begun doing researches in the field of technology, how to enable our law enforcement agencies with better technology, how to prepare our youth, our young security providers with necessary skill, necessary understanding to be effective security provider. It is indeed commendable. Friends, this university is not like any other police training institution, is not like any other training institutions where you are trained in certain segments of security. This institution is not only holistic, but it is also an institution where people will, what Prime Minister said, will do chinta, chintan, manan, and find solution. You know, we had recently Operation Sindoor. It made the whole country proud. And Operation Sindoor will go down in the world military history as an example how a country can achieve its political objective through military means in a short, swift manner. World over, easy to start the war, not easy to conclude. We are witnessing wars around. But when Pahalgam happened, the way our armed forces responded, it is a lesson. It is a lesson in how to conduct limited warfare to achieve your objective. Can we imagine that this Operation Sindoor could have been conducted, let us say, 10 years back, 15 years back? No. It could not have been. Not that our armed forces were not capable of doing it, or they lacked the valor. But valor alone is not enough. Had we conducted a similar operation or tried to conduct similar operation 15 years back, 12 years back, even 10 years back, the cost would have been much heavier. Today, with minimal cost, we achieved which seemed unachievable a decade ago. A nuclear-powered country with a strong armed force, a strong military. How do you make them come down? How do you defeat them in a short while? A decisive victory. In these 10 years, how did we secure ourselves on the external front? We did by building our capacity. by building our military capacity, operational and integration of the armed forces. We created the institution which could integrate the three services, could have a seamless communication. We had a system in which the national leadership, the decision, the will of the national leadership smoothly got translated or transmitted to the military leadership without any loss of time. It is an example in a smooth and effective communication between the political leadership and the military leadership and among the military leaderships. In the past, any situation like this, we couldn't have imagined such. And this builds our capacity. This has enhanced our capacity. Our self-reliance in military domain. आत्मनिर्भर भारत रक्षा के क्षेत्र में. We have seen how our indigenously designed air defense system could neutralize the barrage of missiles coming from the enemies. This capacity that we built, the nation built to defend itself on the external front, it has this Operation Sindhu demonstrated it, building the capacity overall. As far as external security is concerned, the threat vectors are known by and large. We know where from the threats coming. We know the strength and weakness of the enemies, and we prepare ourselves. But when it comes to internal security, it's far more complex, it's far more insidious, far more dangerous. You know, in 2014, until 2014, the entire Northeast was burning. On an average, we used to lose over 1,000 lives every year. At times, it went up to 2,000. Nearly 350 to 400 our men in uniform used to get martyred. Jammu and Kashmir was all free for terrorists and Maoists. They had created a corridor, red corridor, covering nearly a large part of the country. We had areas which were beyond the reach of security forces. Today, we find things are far, far near normal. Northeast, the violence has reduced to insignificance, very low. It is a story of progress, development all around. New airports, 4-lane roads, digital connectivity. Every state capital linked with railways couldn't have been imagined 10 years ago. So the story, the transformation that happened from one of a despair, of utter reckless violence all around, to one of peace and prosperity. In the Jammu and Kashmir sector, accordingly, what happened after 2019? When Article 370 was done away with and necessary intervention was made, constitutional intervention was made, Jammu and Kashmir became a story of progress, development. The number of tourists visiting the state is many times more than ever before. Occasional incidents of violence happens. We must remember Pakistan has not given up, and they will try to commit some act of terror off and on. But overall, anyone who visits Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh comes back with a very clear impression that things are much, much better. People are happier. People are becoming more and more prosperous. As far as the so-called red corridor of the Maoists concerned, they are breathing their last. A handful, a small number of districts where they have some presence. And I think they are counting their days. All these transformations have happened how? We had our security forces were the same. By and large, our tools also remained the same. But how did we achieve the result? There is a saying in the strategic community, which they accept it all over the world, that when the problem is complex and chronic, analysts, experts, and strategists are good at managing it. They are seldom good at resolving it. The whole world, all over, is an example of it. Because when a problem is complex and chronic, it needs a vision, a broader vision. And that vision came in 2014 with Prime Minister Modi coming at the helms of national affairs. And what was that vision? Because it is important that this institution, which is created out of his vision, has to remain aligned with his vision in every domain of its work, whatever it's doing. As I said, it's not just a training institution. It's not just to prepare better security enforcer, law and order enforcer, or investigator. It is much more. The vision of Prime Minister Modi has to be understood with clarity. What was the vision before? If you look at our country, we have seen in 2014 how it was, all over. Some or other form of violence. Today, things are different. What changed? Friends, when we became independent, imagine, the whole country was united, the whole Bharat was united, and they fought the British. When British partitioned Bengal in 1905 on communal ground, the whole country revolted. Revolt was felt in every part, even in Tamil Nadu. Intense revolt. And revolt persisted. Country had rejected it. There was no organized national freedom movement at the time. Imagine in 1905, there were a sporadic resistance, but not an organized national freedom movement. And yet, the whole country had resisted this communal partition of Bengal. So much so that 6 years later, they had to undo it. When Jallianwala Bagh happened in Punjab, revolt was felt, repulsive revolt was felt all over the country. I know that in Tamil Nadu, thousands of students left their schools and colleges and joined the National Freedom Movement. What was that had united the whole country? Even though there was not one central national government. And what happened that after we became independent, we started fighting with each other. Language. what they call linguistic nationalism. People all live together happily. But then, within a decade of our independence, there had to be linguistic reorganization of Bharat. And what happened thereafter? And this happened following intense violent protest in many parts of the country. People started refusing to live with each other. And when we created linguistic estates, in every linguistic estate, a large population became a second-class citizen. In my own state, Tamil Nadu, where I am. People of all different languages, Telugu, Kannada, Tamil, Gujarati, Marathi, Hindi, they all live together. But the moment it became a linguistic estate, 1/3 of the population became second-class citizen. It happened in other parts also. We started fighting each other. Northeast, which subsequently became, it appeared as if violence was endemic. Never before people fought with each other. Never. All that began after first decade of independence. Something went wrong. After we became independent, the country, the Rashtra was taken in a direction that created division among our people. Division in every conceivable way. And so much so that the government began accepting as if it is an inevitable natural phenomenon. This is reflected in the Administrative Commission report. In 2008, then the government, central government, had constituted an Administrative Commission report, an Administrative Commission which gave its report. Voluminous report on conflict management, report on terrorism, how to counter. And if you read the report, it tells you how the government viewed the country. When I joined the Home Ministry in 1991 in Intelligence Bureau and was given charge of the Northeast, I was told that Northeast is a region of endemic violence and you have no solution, you can only manage it. In 2008, Administrative Commission report says violence is embedded in the geography of the region. Imagine, a commission, and the commission report is accepted by the central government. The violence is embedded in the geography of the region. Someone could ask them, where was this violence before 1950? There is no history. Kings could have fought, like in the rest of the Bharat also. But people never fought. Communities never fought. There was no ethnic consciousness that I must have an ethnic homeland. When Maoist violence started, the report on Maoist in the Administrative Commission report says they are the victims of exploitation and deprivation. Tribals have been a victim of exploitation and deprivation, and that is why they are reacting. If they were victim of exploitation and deprivation, means there was an exploiting class and they were exploited. Now, if this is the thinking, this is the thought process, what do you expect the security forces, those who are working on the ground? Are they enemies or are they victims who are expressing their frustration? I'm just trying to tell you the vision that changed in 2014, which brought the changes, and that vision we must appreciate, must grasp it, so that we are able to align ourselves in a way that the nation remains secure. Looking at the nation, the Bharat, the land which celebrated its diversity. Every diversity was viewed as a difference, different people. If you have a different language, you are different. If you wear different dress, you are different. Your different food habits, you are different. If your look is different, you are different. Bharat. We must remember, friends, that the Republic of Bharat was born after independence. But Bharat as a Rashtra has been there for 5,000 years at least. Rashtra, Bharat as a Rashtra. Unfortunately, after independence, the Rashtra concept, consciousness of a Rashtra, got weakened. What was that? That kept the whole Bharat as one, the people of Bharat, despite so much of diversities. In fact, they celebrate it. No, if you look at the European notion of a state, a political state, which Republic of India became, political state under European political thought has 4 ingredients. You have a defined territory, you have a population, you have a government, and the government is sovereign. In Bharat, never was one central ruler who ruled the whole Bharat. Never. Bharat was never defined by a ruler. Bharat was never a political state. It was a civilizational Rashtra. The Rashtra whose base the foundation was laid in the Rig Veda. Rig Veda defines what is Rashtra and how Rashtra emerges. It is imperative to understand Bharat as a Rashtra, because we have a Prime Minister who understands Bharat as a Rashtra. We have a Prime Minister whose heart beats for Bharat as a Rashtra, not a just political state. Even preamble of our Constitution tells the Republic of People of Bharat have constituted this sovereign democratic republic to strengthen the unity and integrity of Bharat Rashtra. Rashtra, they have used the term is Rashtra. So the Rashtra, which was conceived, the bees of which, the seed of which was planted, and it grew, was during the Rig Veda period. What is Rashtra? And what is the organizing principle of Rashtra? Because if you understand the organizing principle of Rashtra, we'll be able to find solution to our internal security problems in a way that will not create more problem, but will be able to resolve. Because what we have created is, in the process, until Prime Minister came, was in the course of finding solution, we created more problems. It says, Rig Veda says, Bhadram ikshant rishaya swavidah tapo diksham upnisheduragra tato rashtram balamojasta jatam. When Bhadram ikshant, well-wishers, rishis, those who wished Kalyan, Vishwa Kalyan, ऐसे ऋषि जो आत्मज्ञानी थे, स्वविदा. And what is our philosophy tells us, Veda tells us the truth, that the entire creation is a family. Vyashti, Samashti, Srishti, these are all manifestation of the Parameshti, the Shishura. Individual, collective, and the creation, they are all integrally connected. We have diverse appearances, but there is an underlying unity. Creation is like a tree. A tree which has numerous branches, no two branches alike. It has millions of leaves, no two leaves are alike. And no two leaves are alike in any tree. And yet, a leaf has no existence away from the tree. A branch has no existence away from the tree. It's like a flower which has 100 petals. No two petals are alike. See it carefully. Nature does not replicate. And yet, beyond the flower, the petal has no existence. This organic, integral view of creation. This is the organizing philosophy of Rashtra. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is an expression of this philosophy. When Prime Minister Modi says, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, no distinction. We are all. He treats this country, Bharat, as a parivar, as a kutumb, because essentially this is what our Vedic rishis told us. Bharat is a parivar. This is what Rishi Aurobindo at the time of independence, they said, now the time has come for Bharat to spread the light that we are all family to the rest of the world. Unfortunately, after independence, we lost this sight. And we started looking at our country with a European prism. Individualism. In West, a society is like a heap of sand grains, where every grain has an autonomous, independent existence. Collection of it is the heap of sand. Here, in Bharat Rashtra, it is like a tree. It's like a body, organic body in which every individual is a cell, a living cell, which is autonomous to an extent, but away from the body it has no existence. This integral humanism is our organizing philosophy, which created the Rashtra. We celebrated the diversity. As the tree celebrates this diversity, as the flower celebrates its diversity of colors, the Bharat celebrated its diversity. It was this diversity that people from one part of the country to feel at home visiting the other part of the country, going to the place of their pilgrimage. Whether from Badri to Kedar to Puri to Rameshwaram. Millions of people used to go from one end to the other. It was a mission of life. This Rashtra Bodh got weakened. And we started looking from the European perspective, not the Bharatiya perspective. And that started creating, because if you look at the European perspective, you will start peeling off the scales of the fish. Every scale is different, peel off. Fish dies. And we began fighting. What happened in Northeast? When the Nagas started saying, Nagas were part of the National Freedom Movement. They were part of the Constituent Assembly, initially. And those very people, after some time, some of them started saying, no, we will not be part of this country. And they picked up weapons. And what the then government of the time did, to solve the problem, to solve the militancy, they created a Nagaland state, ethnicity-based state. Organizing principle of philosophy of Bharat has been all-inclusive. There is no racial recognition. There is no recognition of diversity as a difference. We do not recognize. So the creation of an ethnicity-based state was an assault on the spirit of Bharat Rashtra. But did we get peace after that? No. The violence continued thereafter. And it has spread. And then the whole northeast Assam started getting vivisected. You created a homeland for Mizos. You created a homeland for Khasi, Garo, Khasi, Jaintia created Meghalaya. You kept creating. And even within a state of Assam, there are more than 20 ethnicity-based homelands created through statutory provisions. You kept creating a homeland for a particular ethnic group. And then within that group, there are subgroups, they started fighting. It was like a nuclear reaction. It was a fissionary reaction. Society started breaking away. And from a state of a peaceful region, a region with more than 50 armed organizations. What Prime Minister did? Prime Minister Modi did. He said, no, they are no different. They are us. There is no acceptance. There is a zero policy to say that, no, you will have ethnic homeland. This is not acceptable. Made it very clear. And with this clarity, we approached the region. The Naga issue, which was the pestering, perhaps it is called the mother of all insurgency in the region. They were told in plain, simple terms. Because until then, 20 years before, Government of India was talking to them in various locations all over the world. Because they had said, talk in a third country, not in Nagaland, not in India. And somehow, the then government accepted, okay. And we started talking. And sometime in Hague, sometime in Geneva, sometime in Zurich, sometime in Rio de Janeiro, sometime in Osaka, sometime in Manila, Bangkok, all over the world. No. When Prime Minister Modi came, the message was very clear, no. If you say that Nagaland is not a part of India, there is no talk. This is not negotiable. We do not accept it. It is a part of India. You have a problem, we will address. They came around. They came around within a short while. We approached the society. We approached the people. We made it people-centric, not just armed organization-centric. Those who wielded arms were how many they were there? We told them that if you think that it is an armed negotiation because of your arms, you are mistaken. Because if you have 5,000 arms, 10,000 arms, we have 10 lakhs military. We can fight you. The whole track, the whole direction changed because the vision changed. No negotiation, no political negotiation with any, and zero tolerance to any armed violence. And look at this. The reason is peaceful today. It's just scripting a new history, a future of prosperity. Similarly, Jammu and Kashmir. The people, those who were fighting, those who were killing the innocent people, those who were fighting our security forces, those leaders, when they came to Delhi, then the leaders leading the government, they used to do the handshake with them. What is the message that we gave to the security forces? Are they enemies or friends? If they are enemies, then why are you shaking hands with them? Why you are giving them to a higher pedestal? This confusion. No Satrubodh, no Rashtrabodh. Na hame Rashtrabodh tha, na hame Shatrubodh tha. Pakistan kept bleeding us and we kept calling Aman ki Asa. Aman ki Asa kab tak? When Prime Minister Modi came, he also made an attempt, a genuine attempt. He said, okay, let's begin afresh. And he made an attempt. He visited Pakistan. But he realized what happened. He said, no. Now clarity, Satrubodh. A nation which doesn't have a clear Satrubodh, it doesn't identify the enemies clearly, has no friends. Reliable friends, because they know that you are not reliable. You are not clear in your mind. With the clarity of Satrubodh and Rashtrabodh, Jammu and Kashmir problem is resolved. When Maoists were doing the violence here, how many editorials, how many op-eds were being written by people? They are deprived people. Development deficit. Literally realizing that it was the Maoists who did not allow development. Whenever attempt was made to build a road, they were the one who used to kill the road workers, engineers, and blast the road. Build a school building, they used to destroy the building. And yet, there were people who were saying, no, they are victims, they are exploited, their natural resources are being exploited by others. And so they are aggrieved. It's a frustration. Not accepting the fact that they don't believe in parliamentary democracy. They are the people who use weapons to overthrow the parliamentary democracy, the established government, the government established by the constitution, and take over on the ideology of Mao. There were people sitting in cities and academia, universities, writing justification for their movement. And it continued, it has spread. What happened in the last 10 years? Clarity, no. There are those who are wielding violence, those Maoists who are carrying guns and causing violence, they are not victim of exploitation. In fact, they are the perpetrators of violence, and they are the one who are depriving the innocent, our tribal brothers and sisters. If development is not reaching them, it is because of them. They have to be dealt with clarity, clear Satrubodh. Clarity. And where are they today? You see how all these so-called, within 10 years, how things have transformed, how things have changed for the better. This Rashtrabodh, understanding what Bharat is, Bharat doesn't accept the notion of an exploiter and an exploited. Bharat is a parivar, is a kutumba. And that is why if you look at the Prime Minister Modi's, his all the policies, programs for the people, for this country and even abroad, foreign policies, this brotherhood, a sense of parivar. All the schemes that Prime Minister launches, it is not for any particular segment, it is for all. Be it health, be it education, be it cooking home, gas, be it electricity, whatever be, all the essential ingredients of a decent citizenship made available to every citizen without any political differentiation or any regional differentiation. Irrespective of which particular party rules a particular state, no, the people cannot be discriminated. There could be political differences between the parties, not with the people. Our people are our parivar, they are all. Even in my state, Tamil Nadu, we have a politically different state. I mean, a government ruling government is of a different political ideology, but there is no distinction. Whether it is Ayushman Bharat, whether it is a Kisan Samman Nidhi, whether homeless to home, potable water to the house. All these, every scheme is for all. This sense of oneness, this parivar both. Now, with this, the country is marching ahead. And today, from the margin, we are at the center stage of the global affairs. As we are rising, we expect more problems, more challenges, because there will be people, there will be entities, there will be countries, and entities not happy with our progress, our rise. There will be problems within our country as well. Now, what are these problems which are likely to emerge? What are the problems which have been existing but we have not yet found adequate solution to them? Friends, we have several such issues within our country which needs deeper study, deeper research. Because through that you will be able to find the necessary tools, diagnostic as well as therapeutic, how to treat, how to intervene. At present, in our society, take the case. A few years back, we banned a terrorist organization, Popular Front of India. But was Popular Front of India born 2-3 years back? No. It has been there for several decades. It was SIMI, Islamic movement of India, a student Islamic movement of India. They were active, they spread around. When they started committing acts of violence, they were banned and they rechristened themselves PFI, Popular Front of India came. It took another 15-20 years for the government to ban. Again, do you think it is a solution? It is not. In our society, a seed, a toxic seed is planted. The seed incubates, it germinates, it expands, grows. No one notices. Only when it erupts, we start responding to it. And responding to it by banning the organization. Yes, it has to be done. But these are temporary setbacks. The question is, how come our security ecosystem is not able to deal with when the problem is seeded, when it is incubating, when it is germinating, when it is expanding or growing? No one is thinking about it. We have only been fighting with the symptoms. It is not a palliative, but it's a therapeutic intervention. I think an institution like RRU, which the Prime Minister said, चिंतन, चिंता, चिंतन और मनन, इसके बारे में, ये प्रॉब्लम हमें क्यों, जब वो फूटता, कोई भी बड़ी में जब कोई घाव होता है, घाव फूटने के पहले वो अंदर में पकता है। जब वो घाव अंदर में पक रहा हो तो उस समय हम क्यों नहीं चिंता करते उसकी, और कैसे चिंता करें, कैसे कर सकते हैं, उसको कैसे पहचानें, और उसके लिए हम क्या कर सकते हैं, ये हमारी बड़ी चुनौती है। क्योंकि हम सिम्टम से लड़ करके सिर्फ समाज को सुरक्षित, राष्ट्र को सुरक्षित नहीं रख सकते। जब भी कोई राष्ट्र विरोधी आइडियोलॉजी जर्मिनेट करता है, आइडियोलॉजी ऑफ हेट, तो हम उस समय क्यों नहीं उसको डायग्नोस कर पाते, इतने लंबे समय तक उसे क्यों फलने फूलने देते हैं। हम जान रहे थे कितने इंस्टीट्यूट है हमारे कंट्री में जहां उनके इंस्टीट्यूशंस में पढ़ाए जाते थे, करिकुलम में था, हेट करो, दूसरे से दूर रहो। तबलीग के जमात की मीटिंग हो रही थी जहां तहां पूरे कंट्री में, जहां हर मीटिंग में यही बोलते थे, काफिरों से दूर रहो। हम कुछ नहीं, हम देखते रहे। ये काफिरों से दूर रहो, ये भारत की विचारधारा है क्या? This is antithetical to the organizing principle of Bharat as a Rashtra, which says is all inclusive. लेकिन हम उस समय क्यों नहीं कर पाते? कानून के जानने वाले, सुरक्षा के लोग भी कहेंगे कि नहीं, हमारे कानून में तो व्यवस्था तो था। तो अगर हम कानून की बात करें तो आज भारतीय न्याय संहिता में, BNS में सेक्शन 152, 196, 197, 299 और इसके कॉरेस्पॉन्डिंग सेक्शन IPC में भी थे, जहां अगर इस तरह का कोई विचार रखता है, कोई इसका प्रचार प्रसार करता है तो ये ऑफेंस है। लेकिन क्यों होता रहा? 60-70 सालों तक क्यों चलता रहा? क्या ये मान के चलें कि हमारी पुलिस हम इनएफिशिएंट थी? नहीं, गलत होगा, क्योंकि पूरे देश का ही पुलिस इनएफिशिएंट हो गई क्या? ये जो प्रोविजन था उसमें कमी है। जब कभी भी प्रयास हुआ इसके ऊपर कुछ एक्शन लेने का, तो हमारी जुडिशियरी क्या करती थी? कोर्ट में जाता था। हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल राइट है फ्रीडम ऑफ थॉट एंड एक्सप्रेशन। द फ्रीडम ऑफ थॉट एंड एक्सप्रेशन इज इंटरप्रेटेड इन अ वे, जब भी किसी ऐसे व्यक्ति जिसके ऊपर पुलिस ने केस किया हो, जब हम मटेरियल कोर्ट में देते, देखिए ये सारे लिटरेचर उसके यहाँ मिले हैं, गतिविधियाँ, ये तो लिटरेचर है, फ्रीडम एक्सप्रेशन है, वायलेंस कहाँ हुआ? तो ये हमारे जूरिस्प्रूडेंस में नहीं है, हमारे लीगल सिस्टम में ये नहीं है कि जब वो बीज, जहर का बीज जब समाज में बोया जा रहा हो, उस समय उसको कैसे टैकल करें। काउंटलेस रूलिंग है हमारे सुप्रीम कोर्ट के इसके ऊपर कि नहीं, जब तक कि कोई वायलेंट एक्ट नहीं होता है, मेयर पोजेशन ऑफ सबवर्सिव लिटरेचर इज नॉट एनफ टू होल्ड द पर्सन गिल्टी। यूनिवर्सिटी में खड़ा होकर के पब्लिक मीटिंग में कोई बोलता है भारत तेरे टुकड़े टुकड़े होंगे, उसको ऐसे हंसी में उड़ा देते हैं। ये क्या है? इसकी एक्सेप्टेंस होनी चाहिए क्या? इन चीज़ों पर हमें विचार करना होगा। वी हैव टू थिंक ऑफ, वी हैव टू चिंता करनी होगी इसके ऊपर कि जो प्रॉब्लम हमारे समाज के अंदर में सरफेस के नीचे फल फूल रहे हैं, ग्रो कर रहे हैं, उनको कैसे टैकल करें। और भी समस्याएं हैं। वी हैव प्रॉब्लम सेंसिटिव डेमोग्राफी। Friends, this country has always successfully met any external aggression. But when it comes to internal, what happened in 1947? The country was partitioned, was broken. Not long ago, not even 100 years, not even 80 years. But we seem to have forgotten that. It was partitioned because of internal implosion. एक विचारधारा के लोग ने ये कहा कि हम साथ नहीं रहेंगे और हमारा राष्ट्र टूट गया। हमारे कुछ एरिया हैं, क्षेत्र हैं, असम है, बंगाल है, पूर्वांचल है, बिहार का, वहां की जो पिछले 30-40 सालों में जो डेमोग्राफी में चेंजेस हुए हैं, इसके ऊपर कौन चिंता कर रहा है? कौन कह सकता है कि आने वाले 50 सालों में वहां भी देश के विभाजन के लिए कार्य शुरू नहीं होगा? माय फ्रेंड्स, डोंट say that, don't be complacent. Military strength is not adequate or is not appropriate to deal with the internal disturbances. अगर मिलिट्री स्ट्रेंथ होती तो सोवियत यूनियन टूटता नहीं। इतना बड़ा पावरफुल कंट्री बिखर गया, देखते देखते बिखर गया, इंटरनल इम्प्लोजन हुआ। ये जो सेंसिटिव डेमोग्राफी जो कुछ रीजन में हमारे ग्रो हो रहे हैं, उसका फ्यूचर क्या होगा, हमारे राष्ट्र की सुरक्षा पर क्या असर हो रहा है, उसकी चिंता मैं तो नहीं किसी को करते हुए देखा। कुछ लोग चिंतित हैं, लेकिन वो कुछ लोग चिंतित होने से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता। ये टाइम बॉम्ब की तरह टिक टिक करते हुए समस्या आ जाएगी और तब आप नहीं झेल पाएंगे। हमें चिंता करनी होगी कि ये फ्यूचर में आने वाली ये समस्या को हम कैसे डील करें, आज से तैयारी कैसे करें कि ये समस्या आए ही ना जो आ रही है। ये इस तरह के जो फोर्थ कमिंग चैलेंजेस जो बड़े सीरियस हैं, इनके ऊपर गहन डीप रिसर्च करके इनका सॉल्यूशन निकालना, वर्केबल सॉल्यूशन कि हम क्या कर सकते हैं जो भारत की विचारधारा, भारत की जो ऑर्गेनाइजिंग प्रिंसिपल है उसके अनुरूप हो। एंड वी ऑफन टॉक अबाउट कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। दिस ऑर्गेनाइजिंग प्रिंसिपल ऑफ भारत एज अ राष्ट्र इज एम्बेडेड इन द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया. It is embedded in the preamble, it is embedded in the directive principles, it is embedded in the fundamental duties. जैसा हमने देखा प्रियम्बल में, रिपब्लिक डेमोक्रेटिक सॉवरेन रिपब्लिक का कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन हुआ है भारत राष्ट्र की एकता और अखंडता को मजबूत करने के लिए। डायरेक्टिव प्रिंसिपल्स में जाएं तो इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, हमारे भारत का संविधान किस चीज़ पर बल देता है? भारत के सारे नागरिक एक हों, सब बराबर हैं। So they talked about uniform civil service, uniform civil codes. They talked about भारत की आत्मा कहाँ रहती है? गांव में रहती है, लोगों में रहती है। तो विलेज पंचायत, विलेज की अपनी अपनी ऑटोनॉमी होनी चाहिए, दे शुड बी सेल्फ गवर्निंग। और उन्हें पता था, संविधान निर्माताओं को यह पता था कि आने वाले तकनीकी के युग में, इन द एज ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी, नए नए ग्रुपिंग्स होंगे। कोई इस प्रोफेशन में है, कोई उस प्रोफेशन में है, एक कहीं कहीं से अलग अलग जगहों से आकर के एक ग्रुपिंग होगी। तो हाउ टू क्रिएट इंस्टीट्यूशंस वेयर पीपल वुड बी लिविंग टुगेदर एज किन्स एंड शेयरिंग द फ्रूट्स ऑफ प्रॉस्पेरिटी। तो कोऑपरेटिव की चर्चा है हमारे डायरेक्टिव प्रिंसिपल में, कोऑपरेटिव्स, मोर एंड मोर कोऑपरेटिव्स। प्रधानमंत्री मोदी ने कोऑपरेटिव मंत्रालय बनाए और अपने बड़े सक्षम मंत्री, गृह मंत्री माननीय अमित शाह जी को इसका दायित्व दिया। ये डायरेक्टिव प्रिंसिपल की जो हमारी राष्ट्र की जो धारणा है, जो अवधारणा है, उसके अनुरूप ये हमारे संविधान में इसकी चर्चा है। जब हम फंडामेंटल ड्यूटीज में जाते हैं तो वहाँ, और इवन डायरेक्टिव प्रिंसिपल में भी है, पर्यावरण, वृक्षों की रक्षा, जल, lakes, water bodies, rivers, forest, we must look at them with reverence, we must protect. Compassion to all the living beings, it is a fundamental duty. यह भारत की मूल विचारधारा, वसुधैव कुटुंबकम, सृष्टि, व्यष्टि, समष्टि, सृष्टि, सारा एक परिवार है। Compassion to living being is there in the constitution. But what happened? These were not made non-justiciable, so it hardly got attention. Even in your law colleges, when I talk to students of law colleges, I ask them about directive principle, about duties, they usually draw blank. एग्जाम के लिए थोड़ा पढ़ लिया, उसके बाद कुछ नहीं मतलब है। Even judicial references में जाओ, सुप्रीम कोर्ट, हाई कोर्ट, सुप्रीम कोर्ट में जाओ, occasionally they will draw upon them when they have to draw something to validate their point, they will quote it, but not beyond that. This is आत्मा है, हमारी भारत की आत्मा है। राष्ट्रबोध अगर होना है तो हमें उसको अपनाना होगा। हमने फंडामेंटल राइट को तो सुप्रीमेसी दे दी, लेकिन जो इंडिविजुअल का जो राइट था उसकी सुप्रीमेसी दे दी। लेकिन कलेक्टिव्स, जो हमारी ऑर्गेनिक व्यू ऑफ लाइफ है, राष्ट्र है, कि इंडिविजुअल कलेक्टिव से अलग इंडिविजुअल का कोई अस्तित्व नहीं है। हमने इंडिविजुअल के अलग अस्तित्व की तो बहुत मान्यता दे दी, लेकिन कलेक्टिव को हमने इग्नोर कर दिया, जो डायरेक्टिव प्रिंसिपल्स में थे, जो फंडामेंटल ड्यूटीज में थे। इसे करेक्ट तो करना पड़ेगा ना। आप देखो, भारत आजकल चर्चा होती है, कोर्ट में, सुप्रीम कोर्ट में भी रेफरेंस आते हैं फेडरलिज्म के ऊपर, भारत का फेडरेशन। हमारे संविधान में कहीं फेडरेशन शब्द का यूज हुआ है क्या? कोई बता दे? कहीं नहीं है। भारत संघ है, और संघ फेडरेशन नहीं होता। संघ क्या है? हमारे में हम जानते हैं संघ क्या है। हमारी प्राचीन परंपरा रही है संघों की, जो एक ऐसे लोग जो संस्कार रूप में एक दूसरे से जुड़े हुए हैं, उनकी जमात, जो सांस्कारिक रूप से जुड़े हैं, उनकी जमात संघ है। इसलिए हमारे संविधान में उसे अंग्रेजी में यूनियन कहा गया, फेडरेशन नहीं कहा गया। लेकिन आप देखो, दिन ब दिन एक ट्रेंड चल पड़ी है, क्योंकि हमारी देखने की नज़र भारत और भारतीय संविधान को प्रति यूरोपियन दृष्टिकोण हो गया है, वेस्टर्न दृष्टिकोण हो गया है। हमारी सारे जुडिशियल प्रोनाउंसमेंट को भी अगर आप देखें तो फेडरेशन में हम अमेरिकन फेडरलिज्म की तरफ हम जा रहे हैं। दिस फेडरेशन इज सेंट्रीफ्यूगल इन नेचर, संघ इज सेंट्रीपीटल इन इट्स कैरेक्टर। संघ केंद्राभिमुखी है, सेंट्रीपीटल है, ये बाह जोड़ता है। हम एक परिवार के अंग हैं। जब हम फेडरेशन की बात करते हैं तो सेंट्रीफ्यूगल है, केंद्र त्यागी है, दूर हटो, आप अलग हो, आप अलग हो, अलग हो। ये मानसिकता हमारे स्टेट के राष्ट्रबोध की जो ये हमारी जो मूल सिद्धांत थे, उसके विपरीत जाकर के ये विचारधारा हमारे पॉलिटिकल स्टेट के अलग अलग हिस्सों में, अंगों में ये घुसते जा रहा है। ये यूरोपियन दृष्टिकोण से भारत को देखने का नजरिया हमें बदलना होगा, और उस नजरिया का परिणाम है कि हमारे अंदर जो हमने हजारों साल तक एज ए राष्ट्र, एज ए संघ हम रह पाए, अब हमारी चिंताएं बढ़ती जा रही हैं विविधताओं को भिन्नता के रूप में देख करके, डाइवर्सिटी को डिफरेंस के रूप में देख देख करके हम डिवीज़न होते जा रहे हैं। चाहे जातियों में बांटो, चाहे धर्म में बांटो, पंथ में बांटो, संप्रदाय में बांटो, भाषा में बांटो, खान पान में बांटो, क्षेत्र में बांटो, बांटते जाओ। ये कहाँ जाएगा? ये हमारे आंतरिक सुरक्षा के विषय है, और इसके ऊपर आज के समय में कम से कम मेरे 50 साल का जो अनुभव है नेशनल सिक्योरिटी डोमेन में, पब्लिक लाइफ में, इस पर आज कहीं कोई चिंता नहीं कर रहा है। ये प्रधानमंत्री की सोच है कि हमें एक ऐसी संस्था की जरूरत है जो इस चिंतन को आगे बढ़ाए और इसके अनुरूप हमारी समस्याओं का निदान ढूंढे, उनके लिए सॉल्यूशंस निकाले। तो हमें इस इंस्टीट्यूशन जो उनकी कल्पना पर आधारित है, उनकी सपनों पर आधारित है, इस इंस्टीट्यूशन को हमें उस लाइन पर, उस दिशा में ले जाना होगा। और मुझे खुशी है कि आप अपने वाइस चांसलर, अपने बिमल जी के नेतृत्व में यह इंस्टीट्यूशन आगे बढ़ रहा है, उस दिशा में कर रहा है काम। इसमें गहन आवश्यकता है, गहन सोच की आवश्यकता है। और एक चीज़ और ध्यान रखें कि इस इंस्टीट्यूशन को जो एग्जिस्टिंग हमारे सिक्योरिटी एजेंसीज हैं उनको आप इक्विप कर रहे हो, उन्हें मजबूत कर रहे हो, लेकिन उनसे ओवरवेल्म मत हो जाओ। कल्पना करो, हमारे ऋषि द्रोणाचार्य, युद्ध कला की सारी कला द्रोणाचार्य के पास थी। उन्होंने अर्जुन को तैयार किया। अर्जुन किन किन अवस्थाओं से गुजरेगा, किन किन समस्याओं को उसे झेलना पड़ेगा, उसकी तैयारी, उसकी खोज और उस विधा को द्रोणाचार्य ने निकाला था। अर्जुन सीखने वाला था, एक विद्यार्थी था, वो सीखा। इस इंस्टीट्यूशन को द्रोणाचार्य की भूमिका अदा करनी है। यहाँ के आचार्य, हमारे यजुर्वेद में कहा गया है, वयम राष्ट्रे जागृयाम पुरोहिता। पुरोहिता मीन्स वन हु लीड्स, जो रास्ता दिखाता है, जो गाइड करता है। हमारे आचार्य, हमारे ऋषि थे जो हमें गाइड करते थे। राष्ट्र में जो उस विचारधारा से चली थी, सनातन विचारधारा कि हम सब एक हैं, उस विचारधारा को मजबूत करने के लिए, उस विचारधारा से कहीं अगर राष्ट्र भटक रहा है तो उसे रास्ते पर लाने का काम हमारे ऋषि करते थे, हमारे आचार्य करते थे। और तभी राष्ट्र की जिसकी परिभाषा और जिसकी बीज ऋग्वेद ने बोला, यजुर्वेद कहता है उस राष्ट्र को जागृत रखना, अलर्ट रखना, सशक्त रखना, समर्थ रखना, वो आचार्यों का काम है, पुरोहितों का काम है। पुरोहित मतलब ये नहीं होता जो पूजा पाठ करना। पुरोहित इज वन हु लीड्स द वे, हु गाइड्स। आचार्य वयम राष्ट्रे जागृयाम पुरोहिता। यह इंस्टीट्यूशन को इस रोल में रखना है। हमें सिक्योरिटी एजेंसीज के प्रॉब्लम को समझना है, उससे प्रभावित नहीं होना है। हमें उससे ऊपर उठ करके प्रॉब्लम क्यों चल रहा है। आप कल्पना कीजिए, यही एजेंसियां थी जो 60-70 साल तक हमारी समस्याओं के समाधान नहीं कर पाई, क्योंकि वो तो टूल है उनके पास, उससे वैसे वो काम करेंगे। हमें उनको नई दिशा देनी है, नई विजन देनी है, और तब वो सार्थक रूप से हमारे काम आएंगे। तो इस इंस्टीट्यूशन की भूमिका, इसकी रोल काफ़ी डीप है, काफ़ी प्रोफाउंड है। और मुझे गर्व है, मुझे खुशी है इस बात की कि प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के सपनों से उत्पन्न यह संस्था आगे बढ़ती जा रही है। जिस तरह से हमारा राष्ट्र आगे बढ़ रहा है, संस्था, हमारी चुनौतियां भी बढ़ रही हैं। ये इंस्टीट्यूट RRU, राष्ट्रीय रक्षा यूनिवर्सिटी, हमारे उन चुनौतियों से मुकाबला करने के लिए, चुनौतियों को निरस्त करने के लिए, उनका निदान ढूंढने के लिए सफल प्रयास करती रहेगी और इसमें सफल होगी। I have no doubt about it. Friends, I once again thank Professor Bimal for this opportunity. I wish all of you, all the students, all the participants, all the very best. You are our future. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir, for sharing the progressive and transformative journey of the country. Your words were a source of motivation for the entire RRU. Also, gratitude for showing the path ahead.
Now I invite the University Dean in charge, Dr. Jasbir Kaur Tadani, to give the vote of thanks.
Namaste. Honorable Governor Shri Ravi sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor sir, True Vice Chancellor sir, Registrar Ramesh Prajapati ji, my esteemed colleagues and my dear student. I begin my thank you note with this sense of pride being at Rashtra Raksha University and being member of Ek Rashtra Shresht Bharat, Ek Bharat Shresht Bharat. Sir, I thank you very much for your profound, guiding and powerful words. While sir was addressing, I could think of each and every step and initiative RRU is taking towards the vision of Honorable Prime Minister sir and the powerful, gracious words of our Governor sir. Be it Northeast, Jammu and Kashmir or Punjab extremism, our students, our officers, our scholars are dealing with the disease and not just the symptoms. While we are sitting here, my colleagues, my students are working at the ground. They are working towards the de-radicalization of extremist elements of India. While sir was talking about the disease, I was thinking that he was talking about Ek Bharat, Shresht Bharat and Gulami ki Mansikta se Mukti. I was thinking that how at one point of time behavioral health, mental health was also perceived from Western concept. And thanks to visionary leaders like Dr. S.L. Vaya, we changed the curriculum of behavioral health of India, which is going to be implemented across India, where we are going to look at behavioral health, mental health from Indian perspective. Sir, I'm privileged to share that our student development model also worked towards 5 factors to name as Viksit Bharat mindset, nation first, Bharat sabse pehle ethos, discipline, patriotism, ethics, values, and Indian knowledge system. Sir, while you were saying with each and every word, we were feeling the sense of pride and thankful for our visionary leadership of Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, that we are already implementing. And with your words, we will be reflecting more and implementing, and kindly allow us to keep sending you the updates so that we can get more guidance from you, sir. Every vision, every success event is a result of a vision. Bharat Amrit Kal vision is the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister. This university is the vision of Honorable Prime Minister, HM Sir, and our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir. And time and again, we keep getting guidance from the visionary leaders like Sir. Sir, I thank you very much for your powerful, profound words, visionary words, and with this, I suggest my students that we take each and every word, we reflect on it, and we pave our path, and we create our own vision. With this, I thank all of you. Thank you very much for making this event so insightful and active. Thank you very much. With this, Ek Bharat, Shresht Bharat. With this, I end my note. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Thank you.
Thank you.
With this, we come towards the conclusion of today's program. It was truly an honor and privilege to have all the esteemed guests with us on this memorable occasion.
This is just the beginning of a remarkable journey filled with opportunities and growth. We extend our best wishes to all students and faculty members for a productive and distinguished start to the new academic year. I request everyone to please rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंग विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंग तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे भारत माता की भारत माता की भारत माता की
The audience is requested to be seated until the dignitaries leave for the media briefing.